All right, folks, it has been a long while since I've made a video. Um, I hop back on here, just have a lot of thoughts. Um, Today we ain't got nothing fancy. Last night was for the fancy stuff. I sat back and had a cigar and a nice cup of coffee. But for now, we just got a 6 milligrams in, little white monster to wash it down. Nothing too special, but you know, still a good time. Still tastes good. Still relaxing. I'm able to sit here and you know, but I don't got to tend to a pipe, sit and tamping it, or sit and watch over and tend to a cigar. So that's nice. How does a tree grow? Like specifically talking about oak trees. You see an oak tree, and especially all of its rings around the tree, and you know that tree has taken a significant amount of time to grow, and proper conditions and proper balance. You think, the tree's taken years and years and years, and you know, back a long time ago, there used to be oak trees standing that were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. And then we have good conditions. Too much water and it would have flooded. Too much sun and it would have dried out. Perfect balance. Or not perfect, but close. Close to perfect. It's mastered the ability to be able to grow with those two constructs, balance and time. And I think the tree is the perfect yin and yang for a lot of things in life, especially comparable to us. Because they have a lot of similarities to the living being. Um, you look up at the tree and you see the branches sprouting out, and like behind me right here, you can see it start to branch out, and especially when the leaves are blossoming and blooming in the summertime. And you see in x-rays that it looks like the human lung, and the trees take in carbon monoxide to pump out the oxygen that we breathe. So why not take their advice on growth, how to grow in life, and knowing that it takes time and takes um, conditioning and balance. It's a lot of times in life, especially nowadays, it's all or nothing. If you want a relationship to work out, you want it to be all. It's either all or nothing. Either you stay with me or you don't stay with me. You know, you're either going to have the best job or no job at all. You're either going to run a marathon or sit in bed and do nothing and scroll and scroll and scroll. It's finding that balance of understanding that it's going to take time. So yeah, I'm going to work hard. Yeah, I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to work, but at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to give myself some time. I'm going to give myself some leisure. Did that last night actually when I was having that cigar and that. Really hope my mic is still on. I'm not sure if it died or not. Hopefully my uh, phone's microphone is good enough. Um, I saw that last night. I had a really kind of crappy day, in all honesty. It was long, and I had to delegate a lot and deal with a lot of people, and it just drained me. It drained me. It bogged me down. It weighed me down, and I felt like I didn't have the right balance. And I felt like I wasn't moving quick enough. Like I need to achieve more quicker, at a quicker pace, and I need to be somewhere that I'm not right now. Um, but I sat back right here where I'm sitting at right now. It was later at night, and I heard the crickets. Crickets are just starting to come out this year. It's you know, live in Minnesota, so it was a rigid winter. I think we got down to like -30 at one point, but I sat back and looked out, had my cigar in my left hand and my coffee in this hand, and I just sat there and took it in. I didn't have any music. I didn't have my phone with me. I didn't have any of that. And I sat there and I took it in for all it's worth. It's worth a lot. It's worth a lot to give yourself the time and to give yourself the balance. And in that moment, I didn't know it. I didn't know it, but that was exactly what I needed. Um, Something inside of me just told me that I needed something. You know, after a lot of bad days stacking on top of itself, I gave myself the balance. And now it's hard. It's hard to find that balance in life, especially when everything's moving so fast. Everything's so fast paced. Everybody requires you to move quicker and quicker and quicker each day. Otherwise, you're going to get outcompeted. You're going to lose your job. You're not going to be able to win. You're not going to hit that first place. You're not going to break any records. You're not going to. When's the last time you sat back and compared it to yourself? When's the last time you gave yourself a medal? Maybe not physically. I mean, you could go out and treat yourself to something that feels like a reward. But when's the last time you sat and looked back at all your personal achievements, the ones that nobody else sees, the ones that just got brushed over because things were moving so quick? You were trying to move at a pace that is unnatural, that is not seen in nature outside of us. So it's always just go, 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 go. You look back and you realize I have done something. I have created a desirable life. I have built something. I have done something. And yeah, I might not be exactly where I need to be or where I want to be, but it all comes in due time. And you got to realize, yeah, I'm not over here in these perfect circumstances. If I'm being honest, I would like a Corvette. I'd like to be out on a farm, secluded, not too secluded, but a couple animals, some agriculture, being able to live off the land, beautiful wife, some kids. And yeah, that might be obtainable. That might. It's somewhat realistic for the future. But where I am right now is a lot further away from over here. A lot further away from all the nights that I would just sit and cut myself and pop pills and drink until I couldn't feel anymore. Now every time I pick up a bottle, I pour myself a glass and I drink in moderation. I have a drink or two and I'm good. I'm good because I'm good with myself. I'm good with myself and I don't have to hide from any of the pain because I can feel the pain, I can deal with the pain, I can walk with the pain of uh, of life, and I can live with myself now. And maybe you're still a couple steps back. Maybe you're not able to live with it yet. And that's where I go back to, don't compare yourself to other individuals with different circumstances. Because I've had a whole different set of circumstances than some other individuals that may be back here yet. Back there where they're still hurting a lot. And they're not able to process or manage or deal with that type of pain that they have in their lives. You know, but you have to take it slow. You have to take it slow. You're not able to just build a, you're not able to build a house in a couple of hours unless you want a pile of sticks that are going to crumble over at the earliest storm. You know, I'm going to try to quote the Bible here. I don't know if I'm going to be quoting it right. I don't know it by verse, but I kind of know the gist of what is said. And it is said that wealth acquired quickly will crumble through your fingers. It'll fall without restraint. But if you build a structure and you take the proper time to build that wealth, you will have a stable and structurally integrant balance in that, because you've taken the time. You know how to maintain it. You know how to maintain the wealth that you created for yourself. And I'm not just talking about monetary wealth. I'm talking about wealth within your soul, mind, body, and maybe there at the end, that monetary value that is of the world, that doesn't really appeal to your soul and to your body and your mind. And you just need to take a step back and understand that, um, with that balance, um, and know that building it is going to take a toll on you. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to lose people. I remember for a while I wasn't talking to anybody because all the people that I knew, no, they weren't bad people. They were lost just the same as I. They were just trying to find a way to covet, trying to find a way to shield the pain of waking up and living in a world where you feel like you're not enough. You feel like you're not doing enough, like you're not achieving enough, like you are not good enough, you do not have value. Because I know so many people wake up every single morning having those same thoughts of, I don't have value. And even if you don't bring it to the front of your brain, it's sitting subconsciously in the back of your brain just eating away at you, that you don't have value, but you do. All right? Thus, it's a weird perception because we look at our value so much on our like what's in the bank account. Do we have abs? Do we have 6 figures? Do we have the biggest biceps? Do we have, the best haircut, the nicest car, the new Ray-Bans, best monetary value of what you can put on your external being? And I think the closest one to being real in that is having abs and having a built body and and taking care of your body and your health. But when you look at it from an outwards perspective of just doing it for other people, of what are they going to think of me? What are they going to look at me as? They're going to like me more. I'm going to get more appeal to the eye if I cut down a little bit more, or if I lose a couple more pounds, or if I put on a little bit more muscle. That that appeal. is what drags people in looking outwards when you need to be looking inwards. You need to be looking inwards at yourself, looking inwards at what you're feeling. You need to start meditating in your own ways. You need to start learning the hobbies that you love. You need to start connecting with yourself. And if, I'm not going to push religion, but, if you are spiritual, you need to get closer with God. And if not, then you just need to, if you're not the religious type, then you just need to get closer with yourself. Get closer with nature, whatever values, and learn your values and be able to interpret your values and bring your values to the table. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it off today. At just understanding how much time it does take. Understanding how much of a balance you can have. Understanding that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. So, just think about that and learn how you can, and start to think about how you can interpret that and implement that into your own lifestyle. Just take it slow, one step at a time, and just keep moving forward. And remember to look back and give yourself those rewards. Look back and remember where you came from. Remember who you used to be, and know that you are better, that you are improving, and that you do have value. You do have value.